Hey Math 1342 students, I'm making this recording so that you're going to have a visual as well as written instructions on how to take your upcoming test. Your test will open on Saturday, April 18th, and it's going to close on Monday, April 20th. You need to be really familiar with these instructions so that you can focus on the test and not the process. Basically what it's going to be is you will have 3 hours from start to finish on the test. That's not taking the test, that's the process, which includes taking the test. So you will come to D2L, and I'm going to walk you through where you're going to click, where you need to leave it open, what you need to see, and show you what that looks like, as well as send you the written directions so that you can look at this, be ready for it, and then decide when you're going to take the test. So we're going to start here in D2L, and the instructions that I'm sending to you say read these carefully, and you may print these directions to use during the test because there are no test answers on them. It's just about the process. And I know this is different than when we were in the classroom, but it is what it is, and it's fine. It's going to be great. And you need to know this is only my second or third time. By the time it gets to you guys, it'll be the third time for me to do a test this way. So I'm going to need you to communicate with me. And when I did this the first time, students were emailing me like they weren't following something or it didn't make sense. And so they didn't exactly read the directions, but I was able to help them get back on track. So that's why I'm saying you don't want to get frustrated right when you're about to take a test. But I am asking you to communicate with me throughout to let me know what's going on or if you're having trouble. Anyway, your test is going to open, like I said, on Saturday, and then it'll close on Monday at midnight. And when you're ready to take the test, make sure you've blocked out 3 hours. And I know during the season, it's kind of crazy. We are juggling Zoom and classes and kids and working parents and working kids. We just work together the best that we can to say, okay, it's my turn to record. Everybody else get off the Wi-Fi or whatever it may be. Really get your people to work with you on 3 straight hours and just no interruptions. And make sure your device or devices are charged and that you've already looked over these tests. Sorry, not the tests, but the directions. And when you're ready, you're going to go into D2L and you're going to go under course activities. Again, this is all written out, and you can print this and have it beside you during and after the test, before, during, and after. So you're going to go down to quizzes, and you're like, wait, what? I thought we were taking a test. I have to put it under quizzes to make it work. There's no test area. So yes, you click on quizzes, and then you look, voila, there is a test too. And when you click on that, no timer has started. And when you scroll down, mine is going to look different than yours. Let me see if I can change it over. Probably not from right here. Let me see if I can do it back here. Let me click here, and maybe this will look more like yours. And so you see right here, it's got a description that on the next page, and that's where a couple of students didn't read, next page. It's just a real help feature that says on the next page, this is what's going to happen. You're going to click agree to an honor statement. You're going to leave the box open. You're going to download the test. You're going to complete the test. You're going to scan it, upload it, close, you're done. So it may sound overwhelming right now. That's why there's a video. That's why I'm sending directions. And so notice at the bottom, it has Start Quiz. When you click Start Quiz, you have started the quiz. And so here again, the same directions. Click agree, leave the box open, download, complete. And so here's what I want you to see is that there is an honor statement. You are taking the test in your home. And so I need some validation, some verification of your honesty. So this first part is from my syllabus, and it says that LSC Kingwood will not tolerate cheating or plagiarism. Again, this is all in the information I'm emailing to you. Any student caught cheating or plagiarizing or aiding another student in cheating or plagiarizing on a quiz or test will receive a 0 for that test or assignment. Therefore, on my honor, I am not going to use outside resources to complete my test. I will only use a calculator and my formula card to complete the test. I should have put in my brain. I will not use any other type of technology like my computer, phone, internet, device, etc., 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 books, or notes to complete this test. No one will help me solve any of these problems, and no one will take this test for me. I will not cheat in any way. I understand that whatever I submit, I must be able to explain it to my professor if asked. You will click agree, and then you will click right here on this blue. That is the test. I can't click on it because it'll show you the test. And notice up here at the top, my timer has started. Oh, it doesn't start until you click agree. Ah, good to know. So what I am going to do is I'm going to go to another class. I'm going to go through the same process in my trig class, and I'm going to show you their test. So if I go under theirs and preview theirs, I'm going to start their quiz, which is actually their test. And I scroll down and I click agree. No, it does start. It starts when you click anyway. Once you hit start quiz, I would be ready to roll with it. That's why I'm sending you the directions. So notice it downloaded the test down in my bottom left-hand corner. So I'm going to click here and I'm going to move to right here, and that did not open how I wanted it to, because that came straight in and I wanted to show you something else. I'm going to back out of this and I'm going to do it one more different way to show you, because what that just did was wonderful. And what I've got a feeling is yours won't be that wonderful, but it may. So I'm backing out. I'm going to exit preview. I'm going to go not to a preview and hopefully get it to do what I'm trying to get it to do. Because if it does this to you on the test, I want you to not panic and be ready. So hopefully it's going to let me go inside here. It's going to let me scroll down. Again, you're not going to do all of this. It's not going to let me do it. Let me pause and find it. So I've opened up another class trying to get it to replicate what I want to show you all. If it does what it did a while ago where it dropped to the bottom left-hand corner, that's amazing because you have downloaded it, and I'll tell you more about that in a second. I'm going to try on this one, and the clock is ticking once I hit submit quiz. Let's see what, oh, and it's dropping it down there also. Well, let me go ahead and click on it, and that's not going to help me show you what I wanted to show you. I'll just have to try to describe it. I can't do that. Let me try one more thing. I'm going to hit pause again. Okay, third time's the charm, right? So I'm now in another class, and I'm going to click. I've already told it I was agreeing to my honor statement, and when I click here, yay, it did what I wanted it to do. So if it goes into a box like this, what I wanted you to see is that if I hover over this top, there's an arrow right here. That is where you may have to download the test. So you see why I'm wanting you to see all this mess before you get in there, to hopefully make it run more smoothly for you. What I'm asking you to do is after you click I agree to the honor statement, somehow you download the test. Either it's going to drop it nicely to the bottom left-hand part of your screen, or you're going to have to go click download, or you can just click print. And the notes that I'm sending to you, I'm going to say, if you can print it, print it. I think that's going to be the best. If you don't have the availability to print it right now, then don't. Just download it to your screen, but the biggest thing you're going to see in big bold letters is do not close out of the quiz box. Leave that open because that's your timer. And so I would print it, or I would look at it on the screen. If you can't print it, then get out some paper, pen and pencil, have that already out ready to go. And then on your paper, write your name on the paper, give me a good heading, tells me who it is, and then put number 1 and start answering number 1. And the more work you show, the more I can grade. Give me something to grade. And the only thing about if you print it, you can mark on it. And that's why I'm allowing for 3 hours, because it may take you longer if you're not able to print it. So that way everybody's got plenty of time to take the test. So on the directions it says leave the quiz box open, download the test, either print the test or work on the test just on paper. Either way, take around 2 hours to take the test. You need to set a timer. You need to be aware of your time because you probably just lost about 10 minutes getting into the test. Now you're going to take about 2 hours or so to take the test, and maybe 2 hours and 15, I don't know. But when you are done with the test, the directions will then say, then scan all of your pages. And so what I like to do is I like to go back up because I don't want to close this quiz box. And if you'll go hover, let me go on back to your class. If you'll go hover, and I got to exit my preview. You don't exit a preview. If you hover on your course and right click, you can open link in a new tab and it drops a new box for you up here. So I have sent you directions on how to scan. The directions are using Cam Scanner. Whatever you're used to use for scanning, you can do that. If you're not used to anything, you need to practice with Cam Scanner. Scan 3 random pages at your house on batch. That's what the directions say in the link I sent to you. Scan those, email them, practice emailing to yourself, because during the middle of this test, it's not the time to practice. Email them to yourselves, and then practice uploading it somewhere. Those directions are also in the email I'm sending you that says, how do I upload to D2L? So I'm going to go ahead and open up this new page, and here are the last of the directions. I have downloaded the test, I have taken the test, I have scanned the test. I'm aware of my time and I need to upload my test. Go to course activities and then you'll go to assignments. And when you go to assignments, you're going to see a drop box for you to put your test to. One scanned document. If it's 8 pages, do not send me 8 pages. You practice now on how to batch load, batch scan your document. Once you have uploaded your test to this spot, you start closing out everything. If you're running close on time, you start closing out everything pretty fast. Once everything's closed out, I wrote in here to celebrate. And if everything works correctly on your end and on my end, I plan to have the test back to you in a week after the test closes. I will post this video in the email I'm about to send to you, but this is for my 1342 students and how to take your first test online since we're not together face to face.